Invitational for independent high schools. In '74, they won the national title. Last year, they were runners-up at the National Independent High School Tournament at Siloam Springs, Arkansas. And right here, their first year in the Minnesota State High School League, they're right smack dab in the middle of it again, as they're fighting here tonight for the District 23 title, their first time ever into the action. If you wonder about the coaching, over on the other side of the fence, Al Christensen has had great success. He was at Cyrus 2 years ago, won the district title for him, and he saw action here at this very same place in Region 6 play. That's about it as far as the coaches are concerned. I think we have kind of an oddity. I don't know if anyone's caught it or not, but looking at the numbers on Smith's shirt, if he wears the dark shirt, he has number 43. If he wears the light shirt, he has number 44. An oddity, he has scored 43 in one game, 44 in the other, just the numbers on his shirt. Well, what are you going to guess he's going to do tonight? Will he put the two numbers together and hit 87? I guess that's wishful thinking, but the way that kid shoots, it could happen. Taking a look now at the two teams a little closer. Offensively, Hawley have scored 51 field goals on 106 attempts, good for a 48% shooting average. Hillcrest Academy, meanwhile, 108 shots, so they've had two more shots than have Hawley. They've hit on 45, a 42% clip. Looking at the turnovers, Hawley have had much the better of it. They've had less than half the turnovers of Hillcrest. As Hawley have had 26 turnovers, Hillcrest have been guilty of 55. Rebounding, just about dead even. Hawley with 75 rebounds, Hillcrest with 72. Offensive average, Hawley 59, Hillcrest 55.5. Defensive average, Hawley 47, Hillcrest 53. So you can see that it looks like we have an even ball game. As far as we're concerned, the ability to handle Mr. John Smith will decide tonight's basketball game. The Comets must keep him down below that 40 points somehow. Well, we've given you most of the story. Reminder, of course, that the winner here will move into the regional tournament here at Concordia College on Tuesday night. Well, let's take a look at the starters. First of all, for the Golden Nuggets, they have a change in their lineup today. In the backcourt, Scott Sorensen, 5'11 junior, will be starting in place of Mark Ristvit, who is normally a starter for him. Dave Priestep, a 5'4 sophomore, will start at the other guard. Mike Burns, 6'4, a senior at center. And at the forwards, it'll be Tim Stigo, 6'1, a senior. And the fabled John Smith, 6'2", a senior. He has scored 87 points in the two games here. And we think that Dolan has done an outstanding job. He has scored 45. Well, let's take a look now at the Fergus Falls Hillcrest Academy Comet lineup. Bill Colbeck will start with sophomore John Christensen, a 6'1" kid at one forward. Manley also, 6' senior at the other forward. At the center spot, it'll be Ken Dolan. Ken Dolan, 6'5", and he's a senior. At the guards, it'll be Al Ostrander, 6' a senior, and Randy Tredovic, 6'1", a senior. Well, I'll tell you, Hillcrest may not have the numbers here, but they're certainly vocal. Al Ostrander coming out. The Comets will be wearing the dark uniforms tonight. Hawley will be wearing the light ones. Christensen comes out. Christensen only a sophomore. Hawley have a sophomore Priestep starting at a guard. Also comes out. And here comes Mr. Goal. Ken Dolan. And I think there's a real story in this kid. He's a diabetic. And I'll tell you, that's quite a job to take the pressure of a game like this, or the other two, in that kind of a situation. But he is some kind of a competitor. Way to go now as Burns will jump against Dolan. District 23 championship ball game. The tip on the side, picked off by Also. Also, jumper from 9, no good. Rebound on the floor, picked off by Sorensen. Sorensen up to Siegel. Back to Sorensen. They come in the front court. Let's see how they go. They're going with a zone. And with the ball, Sorensen over to Kriestep. They're pressing, though. They're really pressuring those guards over to Kriestep. Baseline taken by Dolan. Dolan over to Tredovic. Tredovic coming up into the front court. Tredovic holds up. He walks with the ball. Both clubs a little bit tight here in the early goal. Sorensen will bring the ball in. Let's see how he goes. He gets the bouncer to Kriestep, and the Nuggets come into the front court. There's that zone again. Over to Sorensen, back to Kriestep. Right out on him. And they finally get the pass to Smith. Smith on the side, back out to Kriestep, over to Sorensen, over to Kriestep, and I'll tell you, Tredovic's going to be tired. There's Kriestep into the middle. Kriestep in traffic, loops it back out Sorensen. Sorensen on the side to Kriestep. Kriestep back to Sorensen. Sorensen in the middle. His shot, travel call. Hillcrest will come up with the ball. Tredovic, the left-hander, and he looks at his zone. 2-1-2, Carl. There's the shot from the side by Also, no good. Dolan puts it up again. Dolan gets 2, and Hillcrest are out in front. There's the pressure defense, and Hawley throw it away. Ostrander will handle the inbound pass as Hawley sets back in the zone. Over to Tredovic. Tredovic from 19, no good. Rebound comes out deep. Picked off by Kriestep, and a foul goes to Also. Hawley will come in as Kriestep will handle. Kriestep, a bouncer to Sorensen, up over the time stripe. Sorensen on the wing. Sorensen looking for some way to go. Comes back out to Kriestep. They're going to pressure those guards all they can, trying to keep them from getting the ball to Smith. Comes back out to Sorensen. Sorensen looking, goes cross-court to Kriestep, and a foul goes to Tredovic. And this is a thing that could hurt the Comets very seriously because they don't have the bench to cope with that kind of pressure. Kriestep will come in, a lead pass, backcourt Sorensen. High dribble into the front court, a lead pass, Kriestep deep in the corner to Burns. Burns comes back out, Smith. Smith at the line, cranks it up, he's got 2. Ball game all tied at 2. Tredovic on the side to Ostrander. He bounces it off the foot of Siegel out of bounds. Hillcrest will come in as John Christensen will handle on the side to Ostrander. His shot, no good. Rebound tipped out, taken by Kriestep. Hawley coming up. Kriestep in the front court. Smith. He's going to crank. He's got it up. No good. Rebound rolls clear, picked up by Dolan. Dolan coming into the front court. Off to Tredovic. Tredovic cranks it up. No good. Rebound picked off by Sorensen. And Dolan is hurt. He has a very bad foot. He had injured it a year ago. And boy, I'll tell you, he is hobbling. He's trying to run on it, but he's going to have trouble with it. Hawley will come in. Sorensen into the front court, and we're going to watch Dolan over to Burns. In the middle of Smith. Smith fakes. Can't get it. Turn around. He's got it. 4-2. Hawley leading it by 2. Here's a quick pass up to Dolan. He cannot get up in the air very well on it. Drew will come in. Let's see who he'll replace. He'll replace Dolan, and they head him for the dressing room. And boy, that's going to take some size away. There's a quick pass into Tredovic. Back out Also. Over to Tredovic. Tredovic at the baseline. Fires it up. No good. And a foul. Goes to number 42, Siegel. Well, we got a couple of thousand referees in the stands. None of them with the black and white shirts on, but they're calling them. Quick pass into Ostrander. Back out. Point on the far side. Also shot. No good. Rebound. Tied up. Al Christensen has already got his coat off. It took him 3 quarters last night. There's a tip, goes back, picked off by Burns. Burns up to Sorensen. Sorensen coming up into the front court. Sorensen, three-step. Three-step with the ball. Three-step in the corner to Smith. Smith high pass to Burns. His shot no good, and we're going to have a foul call on John Christensen. At the line, Burns will crank 2. Right hands it up, no good. He really cast that one up hard. Ready again, Brew, Christensen under the board. This one up, he's got it. His first point. 5-2. Hawley leading it by 3. 4:40 to go in the first period. Bedovic has it kicked out of bounds by Sorensen. Pass comes in, Bedovic at the point. On the side to Ostrander, set, fires, no good. Hillcrest can't buy him. There's also a shot. Bounce across, no good. Smith with a rebound, and Hawley come up court with the ball. Smith into the front court. He'll crank from there at the baseline. Goes under, puts it up, no good. Rebound, tied up. Christensen and Siegel will jump it up. Waiting now for him to cast the ball up. They do. The tip taken by Smith. Smith into the middle. Smith puts it up from 8. No good. Rebound picked off the floor by John Christensen. Over to Brew. To Bedovic. Hillcrest coming into the front court. On the side. Sorensen knocks it out of bounds. Hillcrest will come in with the ball. Bedovic with it. Over to Ostrander. In the corner, John Christensen. Back out Ostrander. Ostrander into the middle. Jumper from 18. He's got it. Ostrander with 2. 5-4. Hawley by 1. Smith handles. Smith into crease step, and he is fouled by John Christensen. Right call, no doubt of it. He got him with a body. Wrist fed coming in. Crease step going out. Second foul on John Christensen. Wristfed coming in now for Hawley coming up with the ball as Kresep gets a break. Wristfed into the front court. Wristfed holds, come back out to Sorensen. Sorensen, wristfed. One bounce, pass in, taken by Smith, puts it up, he's got 2. They brought Smith out to the post now and letting him work from there. 7-4. Hillcrest trailing, Hawley by 3. On the side to Olso. Olso fakes, passes off to Ostrander, 10-footer, bounces around him. 4 for Ostrander. 7-6, Hawley by 1. Quick pass into Sorensen. Sorensen in traffic, over to Wristfed. Wristfed comes right up the middle. Wristfed holds up now, over to Sorensen. Sorensen throws it away. Hillcrest will come in. Quick pass off to Bedovic. Bedovic front court. They have Olso in the corner. There's the pass to him. He puts it up. No good. Rebound. Picks off. Shot up. Good by Christensen. And a foul goes to Sorensen. Sorensen got the foul. Christensen right hands it up. He's got it. Third point, Christensen. 3 steps coming in. Wristfed goes out for Hawley. 9-7. Hillcrest lead it. There's that pressure again. Looking. Fires it up. Picked off by Siegel. Fires it back. Taken by John Smith. Bounce pass to Siegel. Siegel loops the pass up to Burns. Lost it out of bounds. And the pressure is bothering him right now. John Christensen comes into Ostrander. Over to Bedovic. Bedovic into the front court. In the corner. Back out Bedovic. Bounce pass Ostrander. That fires no good. Rebound out to Kresep. Kresep being harassed with the ball. Comes around. Comes safely in the front court to Smith. Smith into the middle. Smith left hands it up. He's got it. 8 for Smith. Well, they got it at 9-9 on the scoreboard. I wish they'd get it right over there yet. This one up hits good by Tredovic. First 2 for Tredovic. They've got 9. Now it's right. All right, coming up, quick pass up to Siegel, front court. Siegel bounces off, taken by Burns. Over to Kriesep. His shot, no good. Siegel in the corner, looking, back out Smith. Set, fires, looks good, it is. In by Smith. Ball game tied at 11. Tredovic in the front court. On the side, there's also shot, no good. Rebound, goes out of bounds. Hawley will have the ball. Hawley coming up. Remember, Hillcrest playing without their star, Dolan. He's in the dressing room, injured an ankle. Over to Kriesep on the side of Burns. Burns in the middle of Smith. Smith back out Kriesep. Kriesep, Sorensen. Sorensen free throw circle. Loops it over. Taken there by Kriesep in the corner of Siegel. Along the line to Smith. Has it knocked away. Tries to get it back. Finally picked up by no one. And it's going to go to Hillcrest. Went out of bounds. Alrighty, Ostrander coming up. The ball game all tied at 11. District 23 title game. John Christensen out. Tredovic also at the line. He cranks it up. No basket on the play. The foul occurred before. Burns will get the foul. There's a quick pass into Ostrander. Ostrander into the middle. Ostrander cranks it up. He's got it. 6 for Ostrander. 13-11. Hillcrest lead it by 2. Smith looking for some place to go. Out to Kriesep. Back to Smith. Smith comes right up the middle. Lead pass to Siegel. Siegel at the baseline. Back to Smith. He puts it up. He's got 2. 12 for Smith. 13-13. Into the front court is Tredovic. They're going to go for 1. 22 seconds to go in the period. On the side to Ostrander. Back out Tredovic. Over to Olso. Cross court to Christensen. Back Ostrander. Ostrander from 14. He's got it. 8 for Ostrander. 15-13. 7 seconds remaining in the period. Quick pass up. Picked off by Brew, and there's going to be a foul on Siegel. Fourth team foul against Hawley. Both clubs now will be in the bonus situation on the next foul. There's a pass, comes down. Also cranks it up. No good at the buzzer. Your score, 15-13. Hillcrest by 2. We go back for this word.
Take a break from your busy schedule and stop at the Normandy Cafe. Delicious food and really reasonable prices. H&L OK Hump.
Now into the second period. Hillcrest fans standing. They played most of this period without Dolan. Their 6'5" center. He got an early bucket and then got injured. And he's in the dressing room. We keep watching to see if he'll come up. But it doesn't look too good. All right, Hillcrest coming out. Here come the Nuggets. The Nuggets go with Kriesep, Sorensen backside, Volker, Burns, and Smith. For Hillcrest, it'll be Brew, Christensen, also Tredovic, and Ostrander. Now ready. They put the ball up. The tip goes deep. Picked up by Ostrander. Goes in. He's got 2. 17-13. Hillcrest lead it. Quick pass into Sorensen. Up on the side of Volker. Volker into the front court at the baseline. Looking for someone. Still looking. Deflected. Picked off by Brew off the fingers of Tredovic. Tredovic coming up into the front court, and Dolan is back. He's hobbled. I don't think he'll see much action. Tredovic on the side to Ostrander. He walked with the ball. Dolan's going to come in. Oh, he is really hobbled, and with a score 17-13, Hillcrest by 4. Timeout. We go back for this word. Again, Hillcrest are going to try to see if Dolan can go on it. He was limping when he came up. But he has reported in now, and we'll see what's going to happen. Hillcrest leading over the Golden Nuggets of Hawley, 16-13. Hawley comes out. They have Sorensen, Priestep, Volter, Smith, and Burns. Hillcrest come out with Dolan, Brew, Tredovic, Christensen, and Ostrander. Priestep coming into the front court. Priestep on the wing. Priestep wants to go to Smith. Comes back to Sorensen. Over to Priestep. In the corner to Smith. That's fires. No good. Rebound to Ostrander. Ostrander into the front court. Ostrander with the ball. Ostrander baseline. He puts it up. No good. And travel call. Smith will come in with the ball to Sorensen. Sorensen coming up. 17-13, Hillcrest leader here for the district championship. Into the middle, stolen by Dolan, intended for Smith. Ostrander into the front court. Ostrander back Tredovic. Tredovic, Brew. Brew from about 12. He's got it. 19-13. Hillcrest out in front. And we're going to have a foul on Ostrander. And those are the kind that can really drive you nuts, because the guy is 100 feet down the floor, and there's no way in this world that he can make a bucket from that point. Sorensen at the line. He'll shoot the front side of the one bonus. Ready, right hands it up, no good. Rebound Dolan, that's what they want him in there for. He really hobbled, but if he gets the boards for him, that's going to be the big story. Over on the side, Brew, he cranks it up. No good. Rebound by Christensen. He's got 2. 5 points for John Christensen. 21-13. Hillcrest leading it. Sorensen coming up. Sorensen back out Priestep. Priestep into the front court. Priestep with the ball. Comes back out to Sorensen. Sorensen comes around on the near side. Sorensen wants to go with a pass. Finally tip taken by Priestep. Priestep, Sorensen. Sorensen comes back to Priestep. Priestep looking, hooks into the corner to Burns. Burns along the line, knocked out of bounds by Dolan. Siegel will come back in for Hawley, and Volker would go out. Hawley will come in with the ball, 21-13. Hillcrest lead it. Quick pass to Smith. Smith goes to the baseline. Smith cranks it up. It is no good. Rebound by Siegel. No good. Rebound picked off underneath by Brew. Brew over to Tredovic. Tredovic into the front court for Hillcrest. Tredovic on the side to Brew. Brew, bounce pass along the line, deflected, taken back by Brew. Brew can back out Tredovic. Tredovic, bounce pass Ostrander. 12-footer, no good. Rebound to Burns. Burns over to Priestep. Cranks it front court. Stolen by John Christensen. Christensen back into the front court. Drive through, lays it up. No good, and a foul goes to Sorensen. John Christensen at the line. Priestep will come out. Wristed coming in. John Christensen at the line has 5 points. Bounces the ball several times. Takes a deep breath. Ready, right hands it up. No good. Shoot now on the second one with Smith and Burns under the boards defensively for Hawley. Right hands this one up. No good again. Goes into the corner. Picked off by Tredovic. Tredovic with the ball. Tredovic side to Brew. Back out Tredovic. Sets. Fires. He's got 2. 4 points for Tredovic. 23-13. Hillcrest out in front. Sorensen with the ball. Sorensen coming up. Lays it off to Wristed. Wristed back out Sorensen. Over to Smith. Smith with the ball. Smith goes the other way. There's his jumper. They're getting him farther out all the time, and that could be the story. Tredovic gets the rebound. Tredovic coming into the front court. Bill Kovic up, says settle it down. Side to Brew. Brew back out Tredovic. On the side, Ostrander. Back out Tredovic. Over to Brew. Brew looking. One bounce. Comes back to Tredovic. Over to Brew. Brew along the side. Dolan back out Tredovic. Tredovic with the ball. Tredovic on the side. Fakes back out to Brew. Brew from the corner holds up and comes back to Tredovic. In there and throws it in behind Christensen out of bounds. 4:21 remaining here in the first half. Smith bringing the ball up now. They'll move Sorensen down. They want Smith to get a chance to shoot it. There's a pass back out to Risvit. In the corner now to Sorensen. Lays it up to Burns. Burns puts it up. No good. Rebound to Dolan. Dolan up to Tredovic. Tredovic coming up into the front court. Tredovic at the point on the side to Brew. Brew baseline to Dolan. Dolan fade away 8. He's got it. Dolan with his 4th point. 25-13 now. Hillcrest leading it by 12. Smith lays it up front court. Volker. And Volker is tied up by Brew. Brew and, excuse me, I said Volker's Siegel. The ball up, the tip comes over, picked up by Risvit. Hawley with the ball. Risvit into the front court. Risvit holds up, looking, still looking. Off to Smith. Smith with the ball. Smith wants to go the other way. Brew jumps right up and cuts him off. Back out now. Risvit over to Smith. Smith with the ball. Smith in the corner to Sorensen. Sorensen high pass to Burns. Burns is fouled by Christensen. That's his 3rd. At the line, Burns will be cranking. Right hands it up. He's got it. 2nd point for Burns. This one up again. He's got it again. His 3rd point. 25-15. Hillcrest lead it by 10. Tredovic into the front court. And with the score 25-10, 3:08 to go in the first half. Timeout, we go back for this. 25-15. Hillcrest out in front with 3:08 to go here in the first half. Hillcrest will come in with the ball at midcourt. All right, we're ready as the Nuggets come out. Here come Hillcrest. Handling the ball will be John Christensen. Come back out now to Tredovic. Tredovic over to Brew. Brew back to Tredovic. Over to Brew. Brew from about 10. No good. Yanni over the bucket. Picked off by Siegel. Siegel up the middle of Sorensen. Sorensen, Smith. Smith at the baseline. Smith's jumper, no good. They forced him out quite a ways. Picked up by Tredovic. Tredovic front court. Drive, lays off Ostrander. Turnaround shot, no good. Tip, no good. Picked up by John Christensen, no good. And picked off by John Smith. Smith coming up, 25-15. Hillcrest lead it over Hawley in the District 23 finals. Risvit in traffic. Off to Smith, and Ostrander gets a foul. That's a 2nd on Ostrander. And Smith at the line. Smith shooting the front side of the 1 bonus. Right hands this one up. He's got it. 13 for him. Ready to go again. This one up. He's got it. 14 points for him. 25-17. Hillcrest lead it by 8. Into the front court, Tredovic. Quick pass in, deflected. Picked up by Tredovic. Corner to Ostrander. 9-footer, no good. Tip, no good. Picked up by Smith. Smith coming down. Smith driving, lays off. There's Sorensen getting through. And here come the Nuggets. They were down 25-13. They've scored 6 straight. Over to Brew. Brew along the line. Bounce pass in. Shot no good by Dolan. Picked up by Burns. Burns up to Sorensen. Sorensen loops it down the court to Siegel off to Smith. His shot hits good. 16 for him, and here come the Nuggets and have their fans fired up now. 25-21. There's Fedovic's shot. He's got it. 27-21, and Hillcrest lead it by 6. Respite coming up with the ball. Respite into the front court. Respite on the side of Siegel rather. Sorensen, his shot no good. Rebound picked off by Brew. Brew up to Tredovic. Tredovic coming up now into the front court. 1 minute to go in the first half. There's a quick pass, Dolan. Dolan puts it up and a foul goes to Smith. Smith gets the foul, his first. Also comes in replacing Brew for Hillcrest. Dolan at the line. Right hands it up. He's got it. 5 for Dolan. 28-21. 7 points separate again. Hillcrest in front. This one up. He's got it. 29-21. Hillcrest back to an 8-point lead again. 53 seconds to go here in the first half. Smith with the ball. Goes in the corner to Sorensen. Back out to Smith. Smith comes into the middle. Smith from the free throw line. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded John Christensen. 3-on-2 break. Quick pass, Ostrander. He's got 2. 12 for Ostrander. It's 31-21 again as Hillcrest back in front by 10. John Smith coming up with the ball. And Ostrander picked up a stupid foul. Oh, the third foul. He just ran right up into Respite, who was doing nothing with the ball. Colbeck talking to him as he takes him out. He said, we can't afford those. Ostrander nods his head. Respite at the line. He has not scored tonight. Fouls could be a problem for Hillcrest. This one up. He's got it. First point for Respite. 31-22. Hillcrest lead it. 22 seconds to go here in the first half. Respite cranks this one up. He's got it. His second point. 31-23 now. Hillcrest lead it by 8. Into the front court. Tredovic. Tredovic. Corner to Olso. Olso. Cross court. John Christensen. Back to Tredovic. Nearly lost it. Moves into the middle. Tries to lay it up. Picked off by Smith. Smith comes down court. Smith with the ball, fires it down to Burns. He can't hang on to it out of bounds. Well, Hillcrest will just crank the ball down court. And there's the end of the half. Hillcrest leading the Golden Nuggets of Hawley 31-23. We'll be back after this word. Ball game opened up and Hillcrest went out in front 15-13 in the first period in spite of playing without Dolan for over half of that period. Then in the second period, Dolan came hobbling back in and Hillcrest outscored Hawley 16-10 and lead at 31-23 at the halfway mark. Looking at the individuals, for Hawley again, you got to look at John Smith. He had 12 points in the first period. And then Hillcrest started putting that good pressure on the guards, and they couldn't get the ball into them as well as before. Picked up only a field goal and 2 free throws in the second period, has 16 points at halftime. Then for Hawley, it's Burns with 3, 2 for Respite, and 2 for Sorensen. Outside of the scoring by Smith, only 1 field goal scored by anyone else on that Hawley club. For the Hillcrest Academy Comets, high with 12 is Al Ostrander. 6 is Randy Tredovic and Ken Dolan. 5 is John Christensen. And 2 for Steve Brew. Looking at personal fouls, and this is an area that could really hurt Hillcrest now, as John Christensen and Al Ostrander both have 3 personal fouls. Also with 1, Randy Tredovic with 1, and that took care of it here in the first half for Hillcrest Academy of Fergus Falls. For Hawley, Siegel has 2, Sorensen with 2, Smith and Burns with 1 each. And with the score, 31-23, Hillcrest leading at the halfway mark. We're going to go back now for about 5 minutes. sports fans, we're at the halfway mark, and this, of course, for all the marbles in District 23. The Hillcrest Academy Comets out of Fergus Falls going against the Golden Nuggets from Hawley, Minnesota. Here at halftime, Hillcrest lead at 31-23, and I think two factors that we got to watch very closely now. Hillcrest with a couple players in foul trouble, and we got to watch Dolan, who has had a lot of trouble with that leg after he hurt it in the first period. Looking at the stats, Hillcrest 14 for 35, shot a 40% clip. Hawley 8 for 20. Hillcrest have put up 15 more shots than Hawley here in the first period. Rebounding, pretty even Steven. Hillcrest was 17, Hawley was 16. Turnovers, Hillcrest with just 6, Hawley with 11, and that's the difference in the game. You wonder about John Smith? 7 for 15, 47% clip. Al Ostrander, 6 for 12, leads the Hillcrest Academy Comets, shooting at a 50% clip. Ready to go. 16 minutes of basketball, and one of these teams will be in the regional tournament that'll come right back here for action on Tuesday. Hawley go with Smith, Burns, Siegel, Sorensen, and Risbit. The ball up the tip on the side, taken by John Smith. Smith at the baseline, fires from 12, no good. Rebound cleared underneath by Dolan. Hillcrest go with Dolan, Pedovic, Sorensen, Also and Christensen. Pass over to Ostrander. Loops it up to Dolan. He puts it up. He's got 2. Dolan with his 8th point. 33-23. And we're going to have a foul called on Pedovic. Pedovic gets his 2nd foul. Hawley will come in with the ball as Smith will handle. Smith on the side, comes back out to Risbit. Risbit, Siegel. Siegel holds. Over to John Smith. Smith with the ball. Over the corner to Sorensen. Sets, fires, no good. Rebound to John Christensen. And right now, if Hillcrest can keep Smith on the outside, it's going to help them in the rebounding situation. There's a quick pass. There's a shot by Also no good. Rebound Dolan. He's got 2. 10 for Dolan. 35-23. Hillcrest leading it here in the 3rd period. Siegel up to John Smith. Drives. He puts it up. He missed it. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Ready as Siegel will come in. Tip taken by Pedovic. Pedovic coming up with the ball. 35-23. Hillcrest lead it here with 6:41 to go in the 3rd period. Pedovic off to Also. His shot, he's got it. Also with 2, his first 2 points. 37-23 now. Hillcrest out in front. Quick pass, Siegel. He throws it away. Picked up, however, by Sorensen. Sorensen off to Smith. Smith from the corner. He's got 2. 18 for Smith. 37-25. Hillcrest out in front. Pedovic. Ostrander. He cranks it up. No good. Rebound by John Christensen. He's got 2. 7th point for Christensen. 39-25. Sorensen up to John Smith. And a foul. Foul goes to Also. And I'll tell you, Hillcrest are going to have to quit those reach-ins because they're getting a foul assessed on every one of them. And 5:55 remaining in the 3rd period. 39-25. Hillcrest by 14. We go back for this word. And 5:55 remaining in the 3rd period. Hillcrest lead it 39-25, but they are in foul trouble. 5:55 remaining in the 3rd period. Hawley will bring the ball in as Smith will handle it midcourt. Goes in the backcourt to Risbit. Up to Smith. Smith front court. Smith sets. He fires. He's got it from 35. 20 points for him. 39-27. Hillcrest by 12. Off to Olso. Olso puts it up. And what's the call? Respite gets the foul. And there's a pass off to Ostrander, up to Dolan. Dolan puts it up. He's got two. 12 for Dolan. 41-27. Hillcrest lead it. Pass up to Siegel. Siegel off to John Smith. 17-footer. He's got it. And he's got 22. They've got him on the outside now and just letting him crank. Pedovic front court. Pedovic, quick pass. Also, 10-footer. He's got it. Fourth point for Olso. And, of course, right now, Hillcrest just content to exchange buckets. Siegel with the ball. Siegel over to Sorensen. 43-29. There's Smith from the corner. No good. Rebound and a foul goes to Burns. Dorn, it looks like, coming in the action. Dorn. Sorensen going out. Pedovic coming up into the front court. Pedovic, quick pass. There's Olso from 10 again. He's got it. He just sneaks into that seam, and they get the pass to him, and he lays it up. And Kriestep fell down. Hillcrest will have the ball as it went out of bounds. 45-29, Hillcrest lead it. Quick pass also. He fires up again. No good. Rebound comes out to Dorn. Dorn coming up with the ball. Dorn up over the time stripe. 45-29, Hillcrest lead it. 4:23 to go in the third period. Timeout, we go back for this. Back again, and if you haven't heard it, we have the hockey score from the state hockey tournament in the second period. Bemidji 2, Richfield 2. The whole Region 8 are staying right in there. Smith will handle the inbound pass. Smith to Dorn. Dorn back to Smith. Smith up over the time stripe. In the corner, Kriestep. He sets, he fires, he's got two. Kriestep into the corner, gets two. 45-31, Hillcrest by 14. Pedovic, front court. Pedovic, free throw line. Jumper from, or lays it up to Dolan. Dolan puts it up, knocked out of his hands, out of bounds by Smith. Hillcrest will come in with the ball. Christensen will handle it. Let's see how he goes. In the corner to Ostrander. Back got point Pedovic. Side to Olso. Olso dribbling around. He puts it up. No good. Rebound Dolan. He's got two. 14 for Dolan. Pass comes in. Taken by Smith. Smith coming up. Smith changes direction. Comes up into the front court. And we're going to have a foul called on Tredovic. His third, and I'll tell you, they got to lay off this little picky stuff up in the court. They've got three with three personal fouls. Dorn off to Smith. Smith with the ball. Smith comes back out, over to Dorn. In the corner to Kriestep. Kriestep looking for someplace to go out to Smith. Smith from the corner, he's got two, and that's his 24th point. 47-33. Hillcrest leaded by 14. Pedovic changes direction. Off on the side to Olso. Olso, quick pass, John Christensen. He's got two. 9 for Christensen. 49-33. Ball knocked out of bounds by Tredovic. .49-33, and we have 3 minutes to go in the third period. Pass up to Dorn. Dorn drives. He lays it up. There's a shot by Burns. No good. Cleared by Dolan. Up on the side to Ostrander. Ostrander front court. Ostrander goes to the baseline. He puts it up. No good, but a foul will go to Kriestep, I believe. Kriestep gets the foul. At the line, it will be Ostrander cranking him up. Ostrander puts this one up. He's got a 13 for him. $50-33. This one up again. It's good. 51-33. Hillcrest lead it. And that comes with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the third period. There's Smith from the outside. No good. Rebound picked up by Smith. Shot good. 26 for him. And, of course, they can afford to let him score if they can match the scoring at the other end. There's Tredovic with the ball. Bounce pass. Also cranks it up. He got it. Oh, what a shot by Also. A shot that most coaches would give him heck for taking, and it went in. 53-35. There's a pass off to Burns. Burns back Smith. Cranks it up. He's got it. 28 for Smith as he's trying to bring him back in here. 53-37. 16 points separate. There's Ostrander driving. And a foul again going to Precept. Ostrander goes right back to the line as Risfit will replace him. Ostrander on the line. Ostrander puts this one up. He's got it. That's 15 for Ostrander. 54-37, 17-point lead. This one up, it is no good. Rebound to Burns. Over to Risfit. Risfit to Smith. Smith front court. Smith to the baseline. Smith back out. Risfit. Risfit in traffic off to Dorn. Dorn drives up the middle, lays it off. There's Siegel, shot good. Siegel gets two. 54-39 now, 15-point lead for Hillcrest. Still got a whole quarter to go. On the side also, back to Tredovic. Drive, puts it up. He's got two. Tredovic right up the middle, gets his 8th point. Also puts it up from 4, no good. Dolan puts it up, no good. Got it back again, stolen by Risfit. Risfit comes up. Siegel over to Risfit. 42 seconds remaining in the period. Shot by Smith. No good. Rebound by Dolan. A foul goes to Burns. We'll have the bonus situation.
The foul is on number 40, Mike Burns, his third personal foul. On the line.
Tredovic at the line. Excuse me, Dolan at the line. He has 14 points. Right hands it up. He's got 15. Ready again. He's got 16. And Hillcrest lead at 58-39. That way, as we move into the final moments of the third period, Dorn with the ball comes back out to Risfit. Risfit over to Dorn. Dorn bounce pass to Risfit into the middle. Risfit back out Dorn. Dorn wants to drive off to Siegel. Siegel comes back out Dorn. Dorn into the middle. Back out Risfit. His shot up, no good. Rebound goes into the corner, taken by Siegel. Siegel back out Dorn. Dorn, Smith, 18-footer, no good. Rebound by Dolan, fouled by Siegel. Boy, and I tell you, Dolan has really gone to the board here in the second half. Leg or no leg, diabetes or no diabetes, that kid goes 160%. 58-39, Dolan cranks this one up. He's got it. That's 17 points for Dolan. Ready again, this one up. That's 18 for him. And Hillcrest lead it 60-39. Down court, deflected, picked up, and there's a shot by Siegel, good at the buzzer. 60-41 at the end of the third period. Hillcrest leads it, and we go back for this word. We have 8 minutes of basketball still remaining now. And remember, Hillcrest, they have a lot of fouls on them. The winner of this one will be in here on Tuesday, and they will go against the winner if we can find it very quickly. Well, maybe it isn't even in here. Here it is. They will open the game at 7 o'clock on Tuesday against District 24. But this one, there's Smith at the line. He puts it up. He's got it. And look out. That's 30 for Smith. 60-43. Hillcrest by 17. Tredovic with the ball. Hawley going man for man now. They haven't done that much. They may have problems with it. Back to Tredovic. Tredovic. Lane violation on Ostrander.
That'll be Mills or Deer Creek.
And on Tuesday night, it'll be either New York Mills or Deer Creek as the opponent for the winner of this one. There's Dorn's shot. It is no good. Rebound to Dolan. Out on the side to Olso. Olso off to Tredovic. Tredovic coming up into the front court, covered by Dorn. Time to factor now. In the corner to Ostrander. Ostrander comes into the middle. Lost the ball. He carried it. Hillcrest slowing up a bit here, and we've seen that happen. Vikings did the same thing. There's Smith with the ball. Smith drives into the middle, has it blocked, picked off underneath by Tredovic. Tredovic into the front court. Tredovic still dribbling with the ball. Cranks it up from 8, no good. Rebound picked off by Dorn, and Hillcrest definitely standing right now. Dorn into the front court. In the corner, Siegel. Siegel lays it up, taken by Dolan. Over to Tredovic. Tredovic coming up. Tredovic up over the time stripe. 6:40 remaining in the action. 17-point lead for Hillcrest. There's also cranking it up. Bounces off, no good. Rebound banged away, picked up by Risprit. And a foul goes to John Christensen, and that's his fourth. That is the fourth team foul of the second half against Hillcrest. Watch the clock now, 60-43. Siegel from the corner cranks it up, no good. Rebound, and a foul will go to Burns, I believe. Fourth on Burns. Three-step comes back in for Hawley, and Dorn goes out. John Christensen will go to the line. He has 9 tonight. Pretty good effort out of the sophomore. Takes a deep breath, right hands it up, it's no good. Rebound cleared by John Smith. Into the front court, Precept, drive, puts it up, he's got 2. Precept with his fourth point. 60-45. Hillcrest have quit doing their good things, and there's an offensive foul on Tredovic, and he has 4. Hillcrest got to quit standing around. They got to go to their ball game. They've got 2 players with 4 personal fouls now, and we still have 5:58 remaining in the action. Burns, high pass, intercepted by Olso. Over to Dolan. Tredovic. Tredovic coming up with the ball. 5:47 remaining here in the championship game, District 23. Also with the ball, lost it. Taken by Siegel, and Hillcrest definitely flat right now. Over to Smith. Smith with the ball. Smith goes to the baseline. In underneath, puts it up, he's got 2. 32 for Smith. 60-47. 13 points separate now. Hillcrest are not running like they did. There's Tredovic's shot. He's got it. 10 points for Tredovic. 62-47. 15 points separate. 5:08 remaining. There's Precept with the ball. Precept to John Smith. John Smith at the baseline. He puts it up. He's got it. 34 points for Smith. 62-49. 13 points separate. Still 4:50 to go in the action. In the corner, also, back Tredovic. Quick pass, John Christensen. His shot blocked, gets it back, blocked again. Comes back out, picked up by Tredovic. Tredovic with the ball. Bounce pass in. John Christensen goes in, no good. Picked off by Burns. Up to Christap. Down to Respite. He missed the layup. And it goes out of bounds. Hillcrest will have the ball. And with the score 62-49, Hillcrest by 13. Timeout, we go back for this. Well, we're back again. And I'll tell you, there's still 4:27 to go. Hillcrest got to get their momentum back again. They have quit moving. They lead, though, 62-49. We have 4:27 to go. Over half a quarter to go. Hawley going to pick him up man for man in the backcourt off to Ostrander. Ostrander nearly lost it, got it back again, comes right up the middle, Respite right on him, tried to get it again. Ostrander front court in the corner. Dolan, Ostrander still dribbling with the ball. Ostrander goes over that restraining line in the corner to Dolan. Dolan comes back out Ostrander. Oh, are they playing cozy with the ball right now? Bouncing around, nearly lost it. Over to Christensen to Tredovic. Tredovic comes out. Tredovic over the side to Ostrander. Ostrander over to Dolan. Back out Tredovic. Tredovic with the ball. Tredovic still dribbling. Back out John Christensen. Christensen is fouled by Smith. And with the score 62-49, 3:45 to go. Timeout on the court again, and we go back for this word.
You'll find
Well, we're back. 3:45 remaining. Hillcrest lead at 62-49. This is the District 23 Class A Championship from the field house here on the campus of Concordia College. Oh, Hawley put their quickies in now. They got number 14, Larson, in there. Number 22, Sorensen. They haven't got much size, but they sure must have quickness with them. And here's going to be a violation. Tredovic went into the lane to the position where he should be, then walked out of there after the ball had been presented. Bill Colbeck touches his head and says, use your head. A couple more of those and Hawley back in the ball game. There's Kriestep with the ball. Over to Larson. Kriestep drives in the middle, puts it up from 8. No good. Spun out of there. Up again, no good. Rebound to Dolan. Dolan cranks it down to Ostrander front court. Ostrander with the ball. Ostrander still dribbling with it. Goes around the far side. And we're going to have a travel call. And Ostrander's got to start passing the ball. And boy, Colbeck is mad. Oh, is Colbeck ever mad at Ostrander? He says, pass the cotton-picking ball. 3:13 to go. Smith with the ball. Smith at the baseline. Smith cranks it up. No good. Rebound to Dolan. Ostrander heads for the hoop. Ostrander puts it up. No good. Ball on Kriestep. 62-49. 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. Ostrander at the line. He has 15 points tonight. Ready again, puts this one up. He's got it. 16 for him. 63-49. Ready again, this one up. He's got it again. 64-49. 15-point lead again with 3 minutes remaining in the action. District 23 Basketball Championship. Larson with the ball. Tries to get across, deflected, gets it back again over to Respite. Respite in the corner to Sorensen. He cranks it up, no good. Rebound in the corner taken by Sorensen. Back out Smith. Smith cranks from 17. It's no good, picked up by Dolan. Dolan out to Tredovic. Tredovic with the ball, and they're bouncing it too much. They're going to lose it. Quick pass up. Dolan with it. Front court, Ostrander. Ostrander puts it up. No good. Smith with a rebound, and a foul goes to Brew. Another foul way down at the other end of the court. First on Brew. 2:26 remaining. 64-49. Smith at the line has 34 points. Right hands it up. He's got 35. Ready again. Takes his time. Right hands this one up. It's no good. Rebound to Dolan. Over to Christensen. Tredovic front court. Tredovic still dribbling with the ball, and we're going to have a foul on Sorensen. 2:19 to go. Tredovic at the line has 10 points. Hillcrest have 1, 2, 3 players in double figures. Tredovic has it up. He's got it. 11 for Tredovic. 65-50. Ready again. This one up. It is no good. A rebound taken by Sorensen. Over to Smith. Smith comes up with the ball up over the time stripe. Edge of the circle. Goes around the other way. Looking. Now he puts it up, and we're going to have a foul on Brew. Two minutes, 8 seconds to go. Smith at the line has 35 points. Right hands this one up. He now has 36. $124 points in this tournament. 65-52. Hillcrest lead it. Tredovic into the front court. Tredovic back out. John Christensen down a baseline to Dolan. Dolan can back out to Tredovic. Tredovic driving in the corner, and a lane violation. Ostrander was standing in the lane while the rest of the club were moving. I'll tell you, Colbeck's after him again. Now we're ready as Risfit comes up with the ball. Risfit, front court. On the side, Sorensen. Sorensen shot up from 12. No good. Rebound to Dolan. Dolan up to Ostrander. Hillcrest will be the 1976 champions. The first time they've played in the district. And a foul goes to Kricep. Tredovic will go to the line. Tredovic thought he'd gotten his 5th foul. He was leaving the ball game. Left hands it up, no good. Tip, no good. Taken by Dolan. He's got 2 more. 20 points for Dolan. John Smith with the ball. Smith at the baseline. He cranks it up, no good. Rebound tip taken by John Christensen. He lost it, and the foul goes to Risfit. Joel Christensen coming in for Ostrander. Hillcrest fans standing, we're number 1. And they have it. They lead it 67-52. They're asking everyone to please stay in their seats so they can award the trophies. And of course for Hillcrest, this is the 4th trophy in a row they picked up. They were 3rd in the national in 73, champions in 74, runners-up in 75, and now they come back home, join the Minnesota State High School League, and win the district title the first time round. Well, Carl, you got to call them the champions. They knocked off the number 1 and number 2 seeded teams in the district. All right, we're set to go. And we got a parade in front of us now. I don't know if we'll see much more of the game or not. Christensen at the line. Christensen ready, right hands it up. He's got it. John Christensen now has 10 points. And Hillcrest have 4 in double figures here tonight. Ready again. He's got it up. It's good. 11 for Christensen, the sophomore. And it's 69-52. 1:13 to go. Hillcrest have really busted it open here in the second half. Sorensen corner. Cranks from the corner. No good. Rebound Sorensen. Drives in. Can't get going. Cut off at the pass. Off to John Smith. Puts it up from 8. He's got 2. He's got 39. 39 for Smith. 69-54. There's Creasep knocking the ball out off the knee of Brew out of bounds. And number 43 coming in would be Estebol. Fred Estebol replacing Dolan. Hawley coming up with the ball. Into the front court, John Smith. Smith with the ball. Smith at the baseline. Smith wants to get a shot away. Turns around, gets it up. He's got it. 41 points for him. 69-56. There's a quick pass to Brew, and Brew is whacked. He got Tommy hawked at the pass. Smith gets the foul, his third. Oh, he had the old shillelagh right on him. And Brew at the line. Brew ready. Cranks it up. He's got it. Third point, Brew. David Christensen coming into the lineup for John Christensen. Brew at the line looking for number 4. Ready again. This one up. He's got it. Fourth point for Brew. 71-56. Hillcrest. Into the front court, John Smith. Smith off to Creasep. Creasep over the far side, Sorensen. Sorensen's high pass taken by Burns. He was standing out of bounds. Magstead coming in the ball game for Hillcrest. Coming up with the ball into the front court, Joel Christensen fires it over to Magstead. Magstead along the side, and we're going to have a lane violation called on Brew. Number 33 coming in is Vesta for Hillcrest. Number 10 coming in for Hawley must be Marvick. We don't have a number for him. And now we got everybody standing up. We can't see anything. Now we're waiting. Coming up with the ball is Smith. Smith into the front court. Smith driving by. Smith cranks it up from the outside. He's got it. What a shot. 43 points for him. Hillcrest win it 71-58. But you can't take it away from Mr. John Smith, I'll tell you. We'll be back in 1 minute with the story. Again, as Superintendent Ingebrigtsen of Frazee is making the presentation, let us take a look at the standings. First of all, at the end of the first period, it was 15-13, Hillcrest out in front. Then in the second period, it was 16-10, Hillcrest outscoring Hawley, and it was 23 at the halfway mark. Then in the third period, Hillcrest dumped in 29 points. Hawley had 18, and it was 60-41 with Hillcrest out in front. In the final period, Hawley outscored Hillcrest 17-11, but Hillcrest won it. They are the District 23 champions as they defeated Hawley 71-58. Taking a look now at the individuals. First of all, for Hawley, we've got to take a look at it. 43 points for John Smith tonight. He has scored 100. Let's see if we can figure this out quickly. He has scored 130 points in the 3 games here. 130 points, and I'll tell you, that's something. He has carried the Nuggets to this point, and there's no room left for him as the Hillcrest Academy Comets are now the champion. Well, 43 for Smith, 4 for Siegel, 4 for Crisep, 3 for Burns, 2 for Risford, and 2 for Thornton. For the victorious and district champion, the Hillcrest Academy Comets. High with 20 was Dolan, 16 for Ostrander, 11 for Tredovic, 11 for John Christensen, 8 for Manny Olso, and 4 for Steve Brew. So now it's Hale, the Hillcrest Academy Comets District 23 champions. They'll move into the regional tournament back here at Concordia on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock when they go against the winner of Deer Creek and New York Mill. Hillcrest ending up right now through the district tournament with a record of 12-4. Hawley's record now goes up to 18-5. And now you'll hear it, as the Hillcrest fans may not have the numbers, but they are vocal. Here it is. Well, it looked like they weren't going to make it in the first period when Dolan got hurt. They just wrapped him up, brought him back in, and I'll tell you, for one period, those kids played without their big man and still led it 15-13 at the end of the first period. The Hillcrest Academy Comets are out there now to receive their championship trophy as District 23 winners. We would like to take a look at this if we may. Here's Bill Colbeck's comments in the paper before the tournament started. Hillcrest is new to District 23 this year, and Coach Colbeck ranks Barnesville a district favorite with Pelican Rapids and Battle Acres contenders. Then Colbeck went on to say this: we are the dark horse in District 23. You got to pick me up. Station, I'll be back in 5 minutes. You got to pick me up. I'm not going to walk. I'm not going to walk. Station, we're off the air, Station. I'm going to get a shower. Okay.
Proved once again, you know, tournament play is tournament play. Barnesville, of course, I think everybody rated unanimous #1. And about the same thing with Hawley #2, and Hillcrest come along, ranked 5th, and knocked both of them off. So, you know, you can't really say who's going to win. You have a favorite, of course, but who's going to come out of it? Cost me 5 cans of pop to Mite at tournament time.
I know you'd like to lose to Mite anyway. It's just helping out having the principal on your side by feeding them pop. Well, taking a look at your club, Bill, you've still got to be pretty well satisfied with what they did. You got a co-title in the Little Valley Conference. Your kids had their ups and downs, but you take a look at the season, it had to be a pretty good one.
It was, Oats. You know, we realized that at the start of the season we would be poor shooting. One of the things early in the season that hurt us, we lost our best shooter, I thought, you know, for a training violation, and then we come down, we were 6 and 7, I think it was. And this thing happened where 3 kids missed a ball game for staying out after curfew hours. But after that, being 6 and 7, we wound up 13 and 7 for the season. We never lost a ball game off that. And I think I look at that, maybe they finally dawned on them that we were in a basketball tournament went along, even though we weren't playing. And the semifinal game it was, I don't know, I made somebody angry behind me, I guess, because he told me to sit down and shut up. But, you know, it's just a joy to see a team from our conference win it, and, you know, the outstanding job Bill has done coaching those kids is just tremendous.
I think you've got a part in there winning this one, because I really honestly feel, and I don't know how Bill feels about this, but the game that Hillcrest played at Rothsay when they beat you over there was a turning point for their season, because they really played excellent basketball after that one.
Well, it could be, Oats. We like to help out people like that. We helped out Hawley, too, to break their losing streak. But maybe it was, you know, we thought we should get them over there at Rothsay, and we did get close to them. And then all at once they took off from us over there, and then a week after that they bombed us pretty good down here. They showed us how to play basketball. But maybe you got a good idea there. I'll go back to the school board and tell them that I've done that.
Well, tell them you're really one of the assistant coaches at Hillcrest, and that's the way it worked out.
Program.
Yeah, you're developing a program for Hillcrest.
That's kind of nice to hear.
Well, I think you've done an excellent job, Bill, and I agree with you on this idea of having your own kid around. I know when I came here to Fergus, I crucified my son by having him in elementary and then moving to junior high with him, and I know he had to listen to the words of many people wondering why he played and why I used him when I had him in junior high and things like that. And I think it's pretty tough on the coach, and I think it's even more tough on the kid who has to be in that kind of a situation. Well, we want to congratulate you, Bill. I think still it's been a good year. I suppose you're going to have a few assistant coaches over there that probably won't agree with it, but that's typical in any community. Everybody is fired up and wanting to win, and when they don't win, then they like to find a reason why. We're going to move on and talk to the champ himself, Bill Kolbeck of Hillcrest Academy Comets, but before we do, let's go back and have this word. We're back now. We're going to talk to Bill Kolbeck, the Hillcrest Academy Comets. First of all, Bill, congratulations on winning the District 23 Class A basketball title here in Minnesota, the first year round as a member of the State High School League. I think your kids have now made it known, as we said the last 2 years from Siloam, that they know where Hillcrest Academy is. Let's go back and take a look at your first ball game. If we may, your first ball game, you played who and what was the score?
Played Pelican Rapids, and we beat them 56-55, and that was probably the turning point for us in the tournament. It was almost a repeat of the first ball game, and I happened to miss the first game that we played Pelican this year, and people were telling me about it, and the kids, the score, we had an early lead, and then we were ahead at halftime 34-32 the first time we played, and that was the identical score in the tournament. And then they went ahead of us in the third and fourth quarter at Pelican. They did the same thing by about 12, 13 points, and in the fourth quarter, I think with about 3-something to go, we were 12 down. And, you know, you start to wonder on the bench if this is the ball game or what. But you know from experience that you still have a chance, but it has to start then. And we called a timeout and went back into our full-court press, and things started to go our way. And then Kenny Dowland put in those last 2 free throws to win it, and I thought it was very deserving when Kenny was up there. I just felt he was going to do it because he played such a fine game. I thought it was just a very fine climax for the boy.
Okay, that was your first game. Then you turn around, you play Barnesville. You had them by 17. They came on in the fourth quarter, closed it down. You finally won it 55-51.
Right, looking at the Barnesville game, that was obviously the big game, and as we talked with the kids, we told them that, you know, Barnesville could be ripe for an upset, and we were the underdogs, and we really didn't have anything to lose. And as I had watched Barnesville, we knew that if we could not handle their press, we were going to be in real serious trouble. And yet I felt with the type of ball club we had with a big center and 2 forwards that were doing a good job, and my 2 guards, and then Steve Brew to come off the bench, that we had the type of kids that could do it. And they were just so fired up for that ball game, and just played, I think, just a super basketball game for us as individuals, not just as one kid. And yet I think one of the keys was Randy Tredovic, our guard, that particular game. And the thing that impressed me, Randy was sick physically, and we just didn't know how long he could play, and he really hung in there again for us, and like Ken Dowland did last evening when he was injured.
I think really in that ball game, Bill, that team effort certainly, but I think your credit really has to go to your defense. I've never seen kids hustle better on the zone defense than they did in that ball game.
Well, I appreciate hearing that, Oats. You know, I think sometimes you hear things. In fact, I was watching the Barnesville Pelican game on television. I had a tape of that and been studying that for a couple days before we played Pelican again. And one of the commentators mentioned, here we don't see zone defense. We see man-to-man. Isn't that great basketball, these zones, And I kind of said to myself, hey, wait a minute, you guys. That's a little contrary to my philosophy. I guess people know that I play zone defense, and one of the reasons for it, I don't have kids as long as some of the other schools, and I feel that a zone is a little easier to teach a kid. And if you don't have 5 fellas that can play good man-to-man defense, then maybe you better better stand back in a zone. But that's the key. I don't think we stand back in a zone like some teams. I think our kids hustle. And I think that's been one of our trademarks. And I think if you hustle in a zone, it can be very effective. And I felt Barnesville really was having problems. They just did not know how to break that zone.
Well, I agree with that, Bill, and I think really you talk about a zone defense, and I think that your zone really can come as close to the man-to-man as you want it. You talk about playing a man-to-man when you get a switch situation where the kid is supposed to jump right up and pick that man up. Well, you're doing that in the zone defense, and we didn't see that in the man-to-man defense here. So I think your defense was really the thing that gave Barnesville trouble. They finally moved Plath out on the wing in that fourth quarter, and they came on, and once again you got to go to Dolan. 2 big free throws when they're right down in the ball game, and he canned those, and you win it 55-51.
Right. Kenny, for the tournament, I guess, shot 18 free throws and made 17. You know, that's just a fine performance on the line.
Well, we'll go to last night's action now. Of course, Smith, John Smith of Hawley, and we feel that he's the best free shooter that we've ever seen. He had 130 points in 3 basketball games. Bill Rose pointing to himself. He averaged about 3 a game when he was playing. But anyway, besides being an excellent shooter, this kid is apparently a very good kid. I mean, he gets all that publicity, and if you were to come and take a look at him when they warm up, I think really that if you didn't know it, you'd probably pick one of their other kids as being their star, because he is so just a part of the overall picture that you just can't believe it. But last night, you saw him get 43 points again. And I think really looking at the way you played it, you kind of figured that's about what he would get, and you wanted to cut off everything else. And you won it 71-58.
Right. We debated if we should just stay with our zone or if we should try to play him a box and one, or in fact we had it set up that we were going to put 2 men on him if we had to and go with a diamond zone. That was kind of our last straw there in the game, but we felt we didn't have to do that. Thought we'd start out with our zone with the idea that wherever Smith was, we'd pick him up man to man, and for a while it was working. But you know, he's such a steady ball player and he just gets those points. And so we decided once we got the lead, we could afford to give him his points and still play basketball. And I guess the key for us was that third quarter. I didn't realize until the game was over, really, that we had scored 29 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, there's no doubt of it. I think one thing that all coaches were very fortunate about, though, as you look at Smith, his 2 numbers in the program are 43 and 44, and he got 43 twice and 44 the other. It's a good thing he didn't have number 55 on his uniform, or everyone would have been in trouble. But looking last night, I think really it showed what kind of a basketball team you have, Bill, because in the first quarter when Dolan got hurt, had to go out of there, Brew came in, didn't fold, stayed right in there. In fact, led after 115-13. And I think that really showed that the kids were going to pick up and take Dolan's loss very well.
I think that's right, Oates. That really pleased me. I just didn't know how they were going to react because we had that happen once before this year up at Ulan Hitterdal where we had a 9-point lead in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes to go, and that was the only ball game that Kenny fouled out. And we kind of folded after that game, but no, the kids were ready. And, you know, thinking of Steve Brew coming off the bench and looking for a leader in some ways, he really has the ability of firing up the kids even when he's on the bench. He's right in there. You know, when they come with timeouts, he's the guy that is trying to encourage these kids, and when he gets in the ball game, he kind of picks them up, and they look for that. You know, it's kind of nice to put in a kid like that. You always look for that so-called sixth man, but for us, you know, he's really a starter.
I really think that the 3 games that Brew had in this tournament had to be his 3 best ball games of the year. He came in that first one, he got a couple of rebounds, he got 8 big points, and as you say, they didn't fall off when he came in there. It just seemed to get a lift with him.
I guess I go back to our Herman game with Steve. We started him early in the year because I think Kenny was out that first game or so, and then we decided to use Steve to come off the bench, and he played every position. You know, that was the one thing that he did so well. And then at the Herman game, our last game of the year, I thought I was going to start Steve with the idea of letting him play about the whole ball game so he could get the feel of it for tournament. He scored 15 points, and I think it was indication not only to Steve but to the other kids that if Steve would have started, and played like as much time as some of the other fellows, he probably would have been in double figures throughout the course of the year. But I look back, in the tournament, and I guess I want to just thank all the kids. They play their hearts out for me, and I guess I certainly appreciate that. And I think of John Christensen. I felt looking at all the sophomores in the tournament that after the first ball game, I think John really put it all together, and I think he was about the best sophomore in the tournament. Last night he got 11 points, and what John does so well, which people don't realize, he can bring the ball down the floor, and he was the one that took the ball out of bounds against Barnesville Press, and I don't think he threw it away once. And to me, that was a real key in our victory there. And then Manley also, last night, Manley didn't have a very good shooting night, but then all of a sudden the third quarter hit 3 in a row, and it kind of just put the game, on ice for us, I felt, when Manley got hot. And then Al Ostrander, 17 points again last night, and then Randy had 11, and both of those fellows good guards. And, I guess I don't know what else I could say, but that the kids just put it all together at tournament time, and that's what you hope for as a coach.
Well, there's no doubt of that. Now we've got to look to the future. You move into Region 6 Class A action at Concordia on Tuesday night. And looking at the region right now, boy, I tell you, there are 3 clubs that everybody figured were going to be in the region who aren't there. We look at the Barnesville Trojans first in District 23, who are looking for their 4th straight district title. They had to be listed as favorites. You go over into District 24. New York Mills was listed as a favorite there, and Lynn Peterson's Deer Creek crew knocked them off last night, 65-63. You go down into District 22, and here's Glenwood knocking off a good Sauk Center team and going on to win the title over there, defeating Villard 45-40 in the finals. And then the District 21, we've got Graceville and Breckenridge going at it for the championship tonight. Wheaton were the number 1 seed over there, and they got knocked off last night. So they keep knocking each other off, Bill. Looking at these clubs, I think you got a good shot at it here now. If the kids can keep this momentum going, if they don't look back to the district and live in that and look to the future, I think they've got a shot.
I agree, Oates, and of course we're concerned about our center, Ken Dolan, who was injured last evening. We think it's a very bad ankle sprain. We had x-rays last night that we're going to be able to get a hold of to read them today and have him at the foot doctor this morning. And of course, if Kenny can be okay and play for us, I felt he played quite well last night considering the pain that he was in. He was in a lot of pain at halftime, and the doctor was debating if he should play, and the trainer at Concordia was encouraging the doctor to let the kid play. It could be his last ball game, and so we appreciate that type of encouragement. And he came out, and we let him make the decision. He went out there and got a rebound and made a bucket, and I think he kind of forgot a little about his foot after that and played just fine basketball.
Well, I didn't really notice him limping at all when he led me into the shower last night. He was ready to go.
Well,
but I think really, now, have you seen Deer Creek at all?
No, I haven't. I haven't been able to scout them, so I'm going to have to hope that I can get some help from some of the coaches that have played them. I think they have a fine basketball team, and I think well-balanced. And they have a big man that scored, I think, 29 points last evening, so it should be an interesting tournament. And I think we're kind of happy that maybe we're going against Deer Creek instead of New York Mills.
Well, let's back up a little bit again for a moment, if we may. And I'd like to make a couple of points on last night's ball game. You went to a slowdown late in the ball game, and you found your kids playing bouncy bounce with the ball and getting themselves into trouble. I think that's the first time I've seen you get red in the face and give Mr. Ostrander a little word.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Al, that one time they had 3 guys on him, and then he turned over the ball. He told me after the game was over that he thought he heard a whistle. So he kind of just started to move out of there, and they called the turnover on him. And then also Randy walked out of the ball game thinking he had a 5th foul, and here he was shooting, And, of course, it shows that the kid is being honest. He said, I did foul him, but the way some of the calls were going last night, I would really wonder about that. I thought the first two games we had, I was very pleased with the officiating. I just thought there was something to be desired last evening. But you have to learn, the kids have to learn to adjust the play to the officials, which is unfortunate, but I think you do. Our first ball game, the two officials came over to Rex and myself and said, our philosophy is that we want the kids to play basketball. That's the first time I really heard that. And they really let the kids play. And I asked these two last night, I said, what's your philosophy of officiating? I think I kind of took them back for a minute, and the guy, well, I said, do you let the kids play? Oh, yes, but I didn't think he did. But that's neither here nor there, I guess.
Well, I thought really in last night's game that the heavy stuff under the boards was all right, but the little reaching stuff, and of course that's one thing you mentioned that the kids have to learn. Brew got a foul down at the one end of court, and I made the comment that that's the coach's nightmare because there's no way that guy could score from 100 feet down the court.
Sure.
And you had 2 or 3 of those, and they came with the kids who already had 2 fouls, and you were in foul trouble with 3 kids with 3 personal fouls at halftime.
We went to our four-corner stall, and we've been practicing that, and the fellas did it, fairly well last night. I thought we could have done a better job, but a couple of the guys were spending too much time dribbling rather than looking for the open man. And then one time Al was supposed to be out in the corner, and here he's underneath the basket and gets 3 seconds. He was wide open, but he's standing there, gets 3 seconds, and he was way out of position. And so we have a little to go on that, but we haven't used it much. But I felt that helped enough. It cut the clock down, and that was the purpose of why we were trying to do that. And take, felt Hawley couldn't score without the basketball, and every time Schmidt got it, you had the feeling that 2 points were going to go in. But I want to make this comment, Oats, that very seriously, we want to thank you for your support again. I think some of those little notes and the messages, we won't go into detail, but it means a lot to the kids. You talk about the psychology of trying to fire up kids in the ball game, and tell you, I hope you're going to be there at the region and write some kind of message to us, because we read it to the kids, and it means a lot. And that idea that you were willing to let them take you into the shower if they won, I tell you, they thought about that, and I felt that, that in itself was a key factor. And of course, there are a lot of people that came to support us from Underwood, Ashby, and our surrounding areas, and we really appreciate that. And I had a couple ladies even call me after the Barnesville game and said they were at the radio near the end of the game, and they were praying for our team, and I think we had a lot of prayers, and we feel that also helped.
Well, I like to give those I give Bill a little note. I tried to get the cheerleaders so I get my note over to Wally. Maybe I should give it to him now, but it wouldn't be apropos, I don't think, after the game the other night. And I don't know. I enjoy it. I didn't particularly enjoy the trip into the shower. At least last night they could have turned the warm water on instead of the cold tap. And coming up there without any change of clothes, 80 miles back home, I may sue you for having pneumonia by Tuesday. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, they were waiting for me, but I walked in. I felt that, I was ready to go in after that. But before we kind of close it, I just would like to, express also appreciation to the kids that very seldom get in the ball game on our team. Joel Christensen and Dave Christensen, Mark Vesta, Fred Istable, Dave Maxted, and Rod Telman. They're a big part of our ball club because they put out at practice, and I get on these kids at times at practice because what they do helps us in a ball game. And I want these kids to know that they're just a real big part of our ball club. And I want to thank our 2 managers, Milt Valder, Keith Markland. And then I want to thank our assistant coach, Reno Strand. Mark Tunks has been helping us. Paul Levang for his taking stats and some scouting. And Mark Levang, too, has been helping Paul in the stats. And we have one other kid, John Bach, who has been helping us at times at practice off our B squad. He wasn't able to dress because he only dressed 12. He's going to be a fine basketball player for us, Oats, and I'm looking forward to working with him next year, along with our guard, Joel Christensen and John Christensen, and then Rod Telness. And that's about all we have, so we hope we'll get in some new kids in our program that will help us next year.
Winning the district should make recruiting a lot easier. Well, that's about it. We want to again extend our congratulations to Hillcrest Academy Comets and Bill Colbeck and wish them the best of luck in Region 6. The winner of the delicious meal from the Normandy Cafe this day has to go to Bill Colbeck of the Hillcrest Academy Comets for Oats LeGrand, his guest that empties the old coffee jug for another week.